What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I bring you yet another posing showcase, but this time I'm trying something different, a new format in fact, and this time it will be featuring all of my Hot Toys Captain America figures. This is it, this is all the captains I have in my collection. And to be honest, this whole video was very impromptu. I had an idea to try and pose up all of my cap figures on a new base I just received a few weeks ago, the Thunder Toys Spider-Man base, and what started out as a very single idea to try and get all of these guys posed up together, it led to me coming up with a new concept for a posing showcase. Now, I normally do 10 to 12 poses per video, but this time I'm only doing 5 scenes. 2 shrine-like scenes using all of the captains I have, where I give detail on each pose in the scene and then have it go around on the turntable to a song that's just under 2 minutes long. Then it's just 3 separate scenes I did using mainly the 2012 cap for fun, as the ideas came to me in the moment whilst making this video. In this, I also try something different with the lighting and filming, so I would love your feedback on the flow of the video and the content, as I may do more showcases like this if you guys want to see it. Now, starting here with the Winter Soldier 2-pack, we have Steve Rogers and Stealth Suit Cap, then 2 Endgame Captain Americas. Yes, I know, I have 2. I'm that crazy. Then we have Endgame 2012 Cap and Infinity War Steve Rogers. I wish I could say that's it, but I may add some more, as I don't think I'm done building my Captain America shrine just yet. Now, don't forget, if you like my content, hit that like button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow and continue to make this type of content, not to mention I really appreciate all the support. Just for doing so, you go in the draw to win yourself a really cool prize we have going on the channel at the moment, which I'll touch on at the end of the video. But now, with that, you know what we do. Scene number 1, starting with 2012 Cap, which I must say is surprisingly my second favorite cap in my collection behind Endgame Cap. In hand, both head sculpts are amazing, and when posed up right and in good lighting, I think he looks epic. For the pose, we have him holding Loki's staff, standing strong with some swagger, pointing forward, leading the way. I think this pose with this version of Cap is fitting and works well. Something I consider leaving him in on the shelf, that's for sure. Next up, we have Stealth Suit Cap here. This look and this film, The Winter Soldier, is still one of my favorite Marvel films to date. I really wish they would do a 2.0 with this guy, with the proportions and the tailoring quality of the Endgame Cap. I think that would be an amazing redo to see. For the pose, as he does have some posing issues, I think he looks a lot better at an angle. So here we have him just standing, confident, looking tough, with his very cool die-cast shield. Moving on to civilian Steve Rogers here, we have him in a cool, almost like landing pose, as if he's just landed and slammed his shield into the logo of Hydra on the ground. He is part of the 2-pack with the Stealth Suit Cap, and I have to say, this Steve Rogers is such a cool addition. I wish we got more of these. I have to say, I also keep him in this pose for the next scene as well, as I love it so much. I don't want to take him out of this position anytime soon. I think it's literally my favorite pose I've ever done with this figure. He's awesome. Next up, we have Infinity War Steve Rogers stepping onto the battlefield, walking with swagger, shields out and ready for war. I switched up this guy's pose from the intro shot as I wanted to convey more motion with him. The pose I'm trying to do is difficult to pull off balance-wise, so I've brought in a basic dynamic stand and put it under the Hydra base to wrap up and hold him steady in place. It's a simple pose, but I quite like him like this. I think it's an underrated figure with a lot of posing potential. Lastly, we have my Endgame Captain Americas, standing back to back, showing 2 sides of Cap, the ready for war and battle side, and then the guy who just wants to get back to his girl. Looking at the suited up version with the broken shield and Mjolnir, I'm trying to convey the man holding up the weight of burden bestowed upon him, still in the fight though, and determined to save the day. Then we have Steve, the soldier, ready to hang up his helmet and shield and return to his girl and live out the life he now wanted to. This is the reason why I needed 2 of this guy, guys. Scenes like this, having them back to back, is just awesome for me. This is how I will have these guys on the shelf for quite a while. Okay, starting scene 2 with Infinity War, Steve Rogers. Now in a much more dynamic pose at the moment. We have him leaping through his surroundings and bounding into battle. This pose was actually pretty easy to achieve with this guy too. His lower body articulates really nicely. This is also probably one of my favorite poses in this scene. And this is also one that I used his surroundings to dictate how I posed him interacting with it. Then I added a flight pole to hold him in place, and Bob's your uncle. Moving on to 2012 Captain America here. As you can see, we have him in midair, having launched his shield at an enemy, and it's flying right past civilian Steve Rogers. I knew I wanted to try and have at least one pose of Cap throwing his shield in this showcase, so when building out this scene, I realized the Hydra base has a slot where the flight pole used to go. So I added a clear rod and some blue tack, then it was just a matter of posing up Cap and lining everything up to get that look. Next, we have Stealth Suit Cap running into battle, leaping over and around the wall debris on the ground of the Hydra base. Again, I play with the angles here due to the body's proportions being a bit outdated. However, with that, when you get the angle right, I think he still holds up great for an older figure. If you have him and you want to do more with him, get him out and play with the angles like I've mentioned, and see how you go, because I think he's still a great figure with still a lot of cool poses to offer. Lastly, we have Endgame Cap here, having climbed to the top of the base, surging with power, creating lightning with Mjolnir. I just used one cap for this scene as I feel it suits the scene better. This was actually the first pose I did for this whole setup. Once I had this in place, I built all the other figures around it as it was the original idea I had when starting this whole showcase. He's such a great figure, and having all these guys together is so much fun. He's easily the best cap on the market for me. Scene number 3. Okay, from here, I have added 3 separate scenes using the 2012 cap to close out the showcase, as I had some ideas for him since getting him that I hadn't tried yet, so I tried them out and I threw them in to close out the showcase. For these, I've also changed up my main lighting for a different mood. I may use this style for a while to see how it looks on other figures. Let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. For the poses, we have Iron Man flying in around the side of the ledge, weapons ready, and then I have him using a dynamic flight stand and pole which I placed under the gargoyle base, so I had access to 2 flight poles so I could achieve this look. Then for Cap, we have him in quite a dynamic pose of him scaling up the rubble, shield up, holding Loki's staff. This will probably be one of my favourite poses I have done with this guy to date. For him, I'm using the flight pole that comes with the gargoyle base just to be there to give you some leverage and balance in that position. Man, I love these 2 figures together too, by the way. number 4, we have Iron Man and Cap side to side, back to back, posed up. Here I'm utilizing the angles again on the base to create a cool scene of them together. Scenes like this make me wish I had the original 7 together. Hopefully one day I can make that happen. The scene setup though, I'm super happy with, as I was able to achieve 2 fairly dynamic poses using only 1 flight stand between the 2 figures. To have Iron Man in this type of pose, I had to give him the flight pole and the waist grabber to help him, and for Cap, I was able to get him to balance on his own, which I think looks much better than needing another flight pole. His split cut boot and ankle extenders really help with posing. I wish more figures did this. Honestly, I feel like I could do a whole showcase with just these 2 guys together, especially using this base. This base is a really great addition to the collection, and I'll definitely be experimenting with other characters interacting with it. What do you think would pose up well with this base, guys? Let me know in the comments down below. Scene number 5, the final scene. This pose setup is one I actually did a few weeks back when I posed these 2 guys up together to tell a little story of Cap missing Peggy and then heading home. I found a song I loved and I wanted to use it, so I experimented with this scene and I put it out. I still had this clip, so I thought what a better way to close out this showcase than to have this scene at the end to close it out. I think it fits perfect in the showcase, my 2 favorite Caps together, looking awesome. But now, we've reached the end for today. I thank you all for tuning in, and if you haven't already done so, do us a favor, hit that like button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. We currently have a new giveaway on the channel working in conjunction with Unreal Toys on Instagram, where we're teaming up to give away 2 custom capes to a lucky winner once my channel reaches 2.5k subscribers. So if you have figures with capes and you wish you could articulate them but you can't, hit that subscribe button and you could win yourself some for your figures. While you're at it, hop on Insta and give Unreal Toys a follow so you can see all the awesome work he's doing, not just on capes, but many other ventures within the 1/6 community. Terms and conditions for this giveaway this time are: the winner will need to pay the shipping fee, as the contest is worldwide, so anyone can be a winner. This is a thank you from me to you for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it, guys. Lastly, we got reviews and unboxings, story-styled posing showcases, live streams including my shows Posed Up, Take Your Position Live with the 1/6 Scale Man, and new show, The Rundown, that I co-host with the Figure Posing channel, where we deep dive into film and TV. Until next time though, guys, live life, have fun, and keep posing. I'm out.